Well, this is the first real episode of Survivor Girl after the short version on cell phone. And as you can hear the traffic, I just got into the woodsy area and I'm getting ready to survive in Pennsylvania woods for 7 days. And as we get farther down, you shouldn't hear the traffic. Right now it's about 84 degrees. And as I unpack, I'll show you exactly what the locals gave me. Before I say anything, there has been sightings of brown bears in Pennsylvania woods, so I have to be very careful on where I go, what I see, and how I take things. So the locals have given me to survive 7 days a fishing net, some plastic string, a knife, a coffee can, an empty one, and 2 matches. So I will use those throughout my 7 days. And I also have a plastic bag. And on the matches, I better be sure to keep them dry. I haven't eaten before I came here, so I've worked up a pretty good hunger. I'm going to start fishing and see if I can catch anything. Now this creek thing is teeming with crawfish and tiny minnows, so I'm hoping I can catch some. Oh, I caught some. They're not very big, but they'll serve as a tiny snack. Let me pull one out for you. They're very, very tiny. They're probably babies. Definitely babies. Let me see. Good. I need to clean out the coffee can so if I catch any fish, they won't taste like coffee and they won't die from the coffee remnants. So just fill this with water, stir it around, dump it out, and then fill it with water for the fish if I catch any. And set that aside. If you see this rock wall behind me, this is probably the last thing of civilization I'll see for the next 7 days.
And now, as I head out on my journey, I leave my crew behind. Time to carry my own cameras. I head deeper into the woods. The immense loneliness and reality already begins to set in. I don't expect the first night to be too challenging.
It's day 2 of Survivor Girl. I'm deep in the woods, so let's see what happens. I have to cut my way through these thorns. I could walk under it, but if I see baby deer, I'm gonna have to run because if their mother sees that, they're gonna charge. As you can see these puddles, you wouldn't want to make really a campground or your little spot near them because they're the breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So it wouldn't be a good idea to be near one of those. Now as you can see, all these debris and everything all scattered around like crazy because it's a low point. So if it starts to rain heavily, this will all be flooded out. So definitely not a good place to set up camp. I'm seeing a lot of deer tracks, but it would be a tasty treat. But here's the thing, it's probably too much for me to eat in a week, and I wouldn't want to waste all that. So I'm going to focus on catching snakes, rabbits, possibly rats and frogs.
My hunger already growing, I caught the small frog and quickly placed it in my coffee can for later in hopes of catching more before sundown.
Bears are very common in the state of Pennsylvania, deep in the woods. So I'm gonna have to set up camp soon, and I'm gonna have to be cautious. It's about to rain, so I need to hurry up and find a spot.
With rain well on its way, it's time I find a place to hunker down for the night, and quick. The mosquitoes are already attacking.
I reached higher ground, and if you notice this deadfall, it could be really useful for making camp. Throw a jacket or some wood like this over top of this, and there's your shelter.
It's been a stressful 2 days. I've made it through them so far. As I traveled farther upstream, I found an abandoned camp, and I decided to stay there instead of